Okay, YouTube, it's Sunday, July 5th, and I'm going to go ahead and take the water pump off this thing. Like I told you at the end of the last video, that my water pump is in bad shape, and that is where my vibration and other noise outside of the hydraulic pump is coming from. I'm pretty sure it's the noise, which I'm very confident it's the noise because I unhooked the belt like I showed you at the end of the video, and the noise and vibration disappeared. It was hard to detect it before I fixed the hydraulic pump because I had two noises that I was trying to trace down. But what I'm going to try to do, maybe I'm going to make this harder on myself, I don't know. I'm going to try to remove this water pump without taking the whole, the whole hood and everything, fenders off of it. Maybe I'll regret it. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Really, all I need to remove is this bottom hose, the fan, the pulley and extension is pressed onto the water pump. I have another water pump on order. I ordered it off of eBay. Ordered a couple other little goodies for it too. I've already drained it. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, the drain pitcock is right down in here, and it held. That's a 3-gallon bucket. It's probably about 2 gallons, and I have a dog right in my face while I'm trying to make a video. Get back, Angel. You're right under the tripod. You're going to knock it down. Alright, and another thing, very important, if you have animals around, dogs, cats, whatever, always, when you're draining antifreeze, always keep your eye on your pets. Make sure they can't get to it. First thing I'm going to do, okay, like I said, I'm going to find me a screwdriver. First thing I'm going to do is get the hose out of the way, bottom hose. Hopefully all of it's drained out. This is not going to come pouring out. Got one clamp here. Aha. And we've drained it pretty well. And when you can't get your screwdriver to some of your clamps, you can always put a little socket. Some clamps will let you do that. This one right here, yeah, this one would. This is like a 3/8, I think. This one right here, actually a 5/16 works on this smaller one up here. I couldn't find a 5/16 for some reason. I can never find a 5/16, even though I know I have them. 8mm will work too. It's not super tight. Okay. This old hose, I'm almost wondering if I should order a new hose for it. A little dirty and not too bad. Just throw this hose in a box. I'm very tempted to put a new hose on it. Maybe I will order one. There's that. I need a rag. Now, next thing I want to do is get the fan out of the way. Stop and check, see if I was recording. Now there's 4 fan boats, I do believe. There's one right here. I'm always looking back to see if you can see. I'm afraid my head's going to get in the way on this one. But I'm going to attempt to get these boats out. Get that fan out of there without removing shroud, radiator, or nothing. Like I said, it makes things a little bit more difficult, but then again, maybe to save some time because you don't have to tear everything off the tractor. Okay, that one come loose. Really, I should get some WD-40 and spray it on the back side of those threads. We'll get one bolt out, then I'll pause the camera because I know my last video was a bit on the long side. Oops, ouch, I slipped. Okay, I tell you what, we'll get one bolt out. I'm going to spray that down with WD-40. Let me pause the camera and we'll restart it when I get to the last bolt. Okay, I got 3 of them out. I'm going to give you the pleasure of watching me wrestle this last bolt out. I'm beginning to think I'd have been better off just taking it all apart, radiator all out of the way. But I made it this far. Maybe it's not as bad as all that. And Angel's barking at somebody. And I got two neighbors staring at me under a tree. Oh no, he's talking to himself again. He's going crazy. There we go. That's coming loose. And that's who the angel's barking at, I guess. Peek-a-boo. This last one's really kind of the hardest one to take off because the fan is coming loose. I'm trying to take my time. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing in here. I'm trying to take my time here and not skin my knuckles and not slip off of it. There we go. I'm getting it. Once you learn how to do it, you got a decent amount of room in here to do it like this. I still begin to think I'd have been better off just taking the whole radiator and everything off. But we made this far, and after this fan is off, it's just two bolts to hold the water pump on, and once the fan's out of the way, there's quite a bit of room. So maybe it's not so bad doing it this way. A little more. Trying to keep my head out of the way, but then I got to see what I'm doing sometimes too. So this is not an easy little area to make a video on, that's for sure. Maybe I can get it loose with my fingers now. There we go. Let's see if this fan will come out. Yes, it will. Be very careful not to damage the radiator, and it comes out just fine. There it is. Thick, heavy fan too, 5-blade. Put everything in this cardboard box. Now, let me go to the other side. I think that would be easier to get one of the half-inch bolts that hold the water pump on. Just two of them right over the water jacket. See if I can see it. There it is. I think I'm working it from the camera side here. Go ahead and get this belt out of my way. I got a feeling all you're going to see is the back of my head, but it can't be helped. One of the water pump bolts is kind of on the bottom. Guess what? It's not a 1/2 inch. Well, one of them's a 1/2 inch, and the other's a 9/16, I think. What is going on here? They don't look. Well, take this one off. Let's take a look at the other one. Something is going on with it. It's not very tight. It never leaked. Yeah, it's not very tight. Alright, the socket just did not want to bite on that other one like it was the wrong size. But maybe it's a 9/16, I don't know. Okay. Really, considering what little it takes to take it off, maybe it's not so bad to do it this way. Meaning doing it without taking the radiator and everything out of the way. It would be easier, but I just didn't want to take all that off. Okay, let me see here. Why will my socket not grab a hold of this bolt? I see what's going on. And I might need one of those weird... Hang on, let me go hunt down another tool to get this off. Okay, guess what? As you can see, do I have to do what I said I didn't want to do? Trust me, it's the better way. And some of those bolts are not fun to get out. It requires you to twist your fingers in ways that nature didn't intend them to twist. But with everything broken out, I'm going to take this grill out first. I'm not sure if I have to. I'm going to anyway. Got wing nuts. See if I can remember how this comes out. They're not threaded. They're kind of like blocks. Yeah, this one's threaded. There we go. Probably should have took it off with anything else loose. Actually, I think it's hinged. No, I don't think I do need to take these out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it anyway, just to see that this thing's hinged. If I can remember how this goes here. I don't think I need to do that. Get everything out of the way. Let's see if I can get all this off by myself. Well, guess what? I have wiring to disconnect. And as a matter of fact, I'm afraid, well, not afraid, but I'm going to have to cut the wires because, okay, hang on, I got to undo some wiring first. Okay, I had to take some time to remember how this thing comes apart. You undo these wing nuts, pull this out. There's two bolts down here at the hinge. I've already removed one. They're 9/16 headed bolts, which I'm very glad I put some brand new 8 grades in probably over 15 years ago, 10 years ago. It's been a while, but they still look like new. That's why I always spend the extra money on 8 grade bolts. They don't rust. Now, this comes out, and the reason this has to come out is so that your two side fenders can spread apart and clear the radiator. And I also had to undo the wiring for the headlights. Let's see. And the wiring still in. There it goes. It's not super heavy, it's just clumsy. Now, you didn't get to see me put it down, too bad. Anyway, now I've got to remove the radiator. And like I said, this is what I did not want to have to do, but it's the better way because I couldn't get to that bolt. There's a bolt for the water pump. I got one of them off. It was easy. There's another one way down in there, and the water pump is so close to the head you can't really get a socket on it. So now, much as I do not want to, I'm going to remove the radiator, which will require getting the upper hose. I already got the bottom hose off, and we have some bolts that hopefully won't get me too much trouble here. So let me get those off and I'll show you what it all looks like apart. Okay, bolts are free. I slid the radiator hose out and it's going to come out surprisingly easy. Nothing ever goes easy. That means something else will go wrong, right? Now, I'm going to show you what I was talking about on that water pump boat that forced me, the one and only thing that forced me to tear it all apart like this. Two bolts hold it in. There's one that I easily got to. This one right here, as you can see, you can't get a socket on that. I'm not sure. What? And guess what? This one has, actually this one has 3 bolts. Okay, I hope I ordered the right water pump. I could have sworn they only had 2. I'll have to go look at that. They're all pretty close, but guess what? I also did not have to order a water pump with pulley. They say it presses on, but look, little key on there. I may have to look into that. See that moving around there. So let's go ahead and get that off. Okay, I'm going to see how hard it is if this pulley comes right off when I take this snap ring off. Snap ring's out. Yeah, okay. I don't want to. Okay, so maybe I am better off. I'm thinking I could almost tap that off with something. Probably should use a hammer, but yeah, okay. Now, I'm going to take this bolt out over here and just see. I need another extension. What I'm hoping is, if I can get this bolt out, maybe I was wrong about the one that's hard to get to, holding it to the actual engine. And, no, it's actually wants to move. Let's see what it does. We don't want to force it off and break something. Because that one bolt, you really cannot get a socket or even a wrench to it. So, I'm hoping, really hoping, that's not really what's holding it to the engine. No, it is. It's still got to come off somehow. Okay. That. And you can see the head's all rounded off where the last time it was replaced. I think long time ago my dad had to do it. Okay, let me find a decent 1/2 inch open end wrench. Hopefully I can get to it. Alright, got me a good tight fitting 1/2 inch open end, and I cheated a little bit on the video. I just stuck this wrench on there before I turned the camera on so that you wouldn't have to watch me struggle too much. And I got it to move, and that's pretty much all you can do. I know what I'm going to do when I put the other one back on. I'm going to get me a stainless steel Allen bolt. Yeah, I can't even. Let's do this. After I turned it so far, see a little bit of antifreeze running out. I can't even get it to. Can't get no turn out of it just because your wrench is hitting the pump. But that's the answer to that problem once I get it off, is using an Allen bolt. Wow, that thing does not want, you have almost no room to turn this thing. Actually, matter of fact, I want to stick my other water pump bolt back in it, because I don't want the pump moving around on me while I am fighting this thing. Okay. Get nothing. I can't get any bite at all on that. There we go. We got like 1/8 of a turn. If I I could just get it to where it's not tight. It's not super tight, but there we go. We're getting it. I don't know how well you can see this. Probably the camera should be a little lower, and you can see what I'm doing. That probably doesn't matter. I'll try to give you a good view of it. Shut up, air compressor. Can't really see because there you go, you can see it now. Just trying to give you an idea of how much of a pain in the butt it is to get to this thing. Which I've done got the hard part over with. I've got it to where it'll turn on me now. It's even more awkward to do without getting my head in the way of the camera's view. But how's you going to make a decent video? And that's what it says, just to give you an idea what it's like. Get that bottom bolt out so you know what to expect to be ready for if you do a water pump change on a tractor like this. And there we go, we have almost got it. Believe me, it's not being very cooperative though. I don't see how whoever took this water pump off. It's been off because you can tell the bolts are got a little bit of, the bolt was kind of rounded off, the boat head. And there we go. It's out. Thank goodness. Now, excuse me. And here comes some antifreeze. Thank goodness I got the pan under there. A bunch of it's coming out. And there we are. So instead of the 2 bolts, I thought, I'll have to look at the picture of that pump I ordered. I'll be willing to bet it's got the 3rd bolt hole. They're all pretty much the same. It's supposed to fit a 600, so we'll see. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Hold it back here next to the mic, wherever that is. That's where my noise was coming from. It was an actual vibration. So, we'll call it a video. I thought I was going to do the removal and installation on one video, but I guarantee you this one took longer than I planned to make. This video, that is. So, when I get my water pump in, we'll do another video of putting it all together, and we'll see how it sounds and how everything works out. Thanks for watching.